The Bella Twins by BC Amplified. Brie! What the shit? You totally embarrassed me on Monday night with your little dives. Whatevs, Nikki. I was only doing those little dives because you wouldn't get your thicky Bella in the ring. Wow, Brie. That takes some Bellas to say to me. You know I'm a big superstar outside of WWE and I can't get injured. I have way too many Bella ventures to conquer. Whatever, Nikki. You know you're only a superstar because you almost married you-know-who. Brie! How dare you bring up John? You could be such a bitch. No, Nikki, you can be such a bitch. O.M. Brie. Yeah, O.M. Nikki. Hold on, Nikki. Let's remember who we are. We're the Bella Twins, and we've got the Bella Army in the palm of our hands. No matter how long we walk away for, or how bad we do, they're gonna defend us no matter what. Wow, Brie, I guess you're right. It's like the first time we walked away to try to be movie stars and we failed miserably and fell flat on our face. We came back, and no matter what we did, they took us back and defended our every move. Exactly, Nikki. Don't you see? It doesn't matter. Any mean comments, our Bella Army is going to stand up and say, don't be a hater. Please, stop being a hater. That's right, Brie. They're going to stop being a hater because our Bella Army has had enough. That's right, Nikki. We just got to all stick together and keep Bella evening ourselves. I love it, Brie. Let's do it on 3. Okay, Nikki. 1, 2, 3. Bella, Bella, Bella! Oh, the Bella Twins! I caught some flack in yesterday's video by some teary-eyed Bella Army members. They were crying because I was honest. It's what I do on this channel. I make a review and reaction to Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views. It's what I do, and I just tell the truth. Why everybody else will step back and say it was Sarah Logan's fault. No, Brie Bella still has to sell the fucking dive a lot better than just getting caught in the fucking ropes. And the second one, what are you gonna call that? How about just a botch? No. The Bella Army likes to come together and say, it's ring rust, BC. Ring rust is a real thing. No, dipshit. There's such thing as ring rust, and there's such thing as don't you ever fucking do that again. That suicide dive falls under don't ever fucking do that again. That's under that category. You don't even know what ring rust is. You hear wrestling terminology, and then you just spew it like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Ring rust is not that. That was fucking horrendous. And I said it on yesterday's video. If she hits that 90% of the time, it doesn't fucking matter. Just the knowledge that she hits it like that on occasion is enough for me to say, absolutely not. And that's what happened yesterday in that video. I just called it like I saw it. A horrible botch that not only could have ended the life, and not just career, life of Brie Bella, but could have seriously injured the opponent that she was doing the dive onto. That's not ring rust. She went up and down. That's not ring rust. If she hit it before, that's what I've been hearing of. BC, she used to hit it all the time. You think I fucking forgot? Hello, I've been watching this shit for over 30 years. I remember she used to hit it, and she didn't hit it fucking flawlessly every time, so don't fucking kid yourself and don't lie to me. She would hit it on occasion. I used to sing great karaoke when I was 15 years old at the fucking bars, illegally, by the way, obviously, 15, but I sang great karaoke. I doubt very much I can sing like that now today. I used to make great French toast back in the day. Not so much of a cook today, I doubt it. What I used to be great at back in the day, maybe not so much today. Ring rust. You people think she's just gonna fucking fly every which way now. No, Maybe she just doesn't have that in her arsenal anymore. Maybe it should have never been in her arsenal. Maybe she should have a different arsenal altogether because that's all of Daniel Bryan's moves. Maybe instead of stealing your husband's shit, get creative. So why would I now, and for the record, before I get to why we start off with Brie Bella again, second video in a row, let me just say I've never been a fan of the suicide dive. I've seen fucking the guys fuck it up too many times and almost end their fucking life. But the women, especially, I cringe so much more because the women just look so fucking awkward. Even you take an Ember Moon who can perform that thing probably better than most. Ember Moon, I've even seen get injured from that dive. She has gotten injured from that dive. Sasha Banks, I'll be the first to admit, has botched that motherfucker so many times. But it's the opposite. Sasha Banks launches too far. When Sasha Banks launches for the suicide dive, I never think she's coming back. Honestly, one day, I don't think she's going to. I think we're going to hear Michael Cole go, "The boss is hitting the ropes. There goes the boss. She'll fly." Shit, she's not coming back. That's going to be the call we hear Michael Cole say one day. Sasha Banks just fucking flies into the barricade. I think she's going to go through the barricade, through the crowd, through the arena, show up in fucking space, and start orbiting with the planets. One day, Sasha Banks is going to fly and never come back. I mean, she just goes. Brie Bella has the opposite happen for her. She goes up and gravity immediately takes over. I doubt very much that was Baby Birdie that's adding to the gravity. Right? Post Baby Birdie. I doubt very much because Brie Bella is in great fucking shape. Brie Bella looks like she can fly, but maybe she just can't anymore. The bottom line is, we can't take the risk to find out. I don't want to hear about any ring rust. If you're in that ring and you're taking on competitors and their lives are in your hands, fuck your ring rust. Get that out in training and rehearsal. You come to that ring with utmost confidence, especially if you're gonna dive head first into somebody else's head. I don't want to hear about ring rust. Just stop doing it. So I made a video yesterday, and the first 10 minutes was all about that, right? And of course, I had some Bella Army get upset. They were in tears, right? So I got the tear, but they want me to stop being a hater. When in that video, if they just open their fucking ears, but these are what sheep do. Sheep just follow the fucking trend. They hear something they don't like and they jump on it. If they listen to the fucking video, I clearly like the Bella twins. I throw no shade. Nikki and Bella are great people. They really are. They got that voice fry like the Kardashians that I can't stand. But they're good fucking people. I don't blame them for using the business as a stepping stone to get to bigger things. The Bella twins never wanted to be pro wrestlers or in the pro wrestling business. That wasn't what they wanted to do. They were models. They wanted to be big time. That's why they left the first time, to be movie stars. I get it. I don't hate somebody for using WWE as a stepping stone. If it's successful, cool. I don't throw shade. I like the Bellas. But let's not kid ourselves. It was an ugly performance. Nikki Bella had a much better performance Monday night than Brie. But Brie, you can't just blame Sarah Logan for that shit, man. It was horrendous. That's not ring rust. I don't want to hear she used to hit it 99% of the time back in the day. That's back in the day. That's not today. If back in the day was today, I'd be getting Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at the next pay-per-view. Instead, I'm not. Instead, Undertaker only has a few matches left in him, and Shawn Michaels looks like he'll never come back. Although they teased the match, hopefully he does come back. They teased it. But as of now, he's retired, and Undertaker only has a few more matches. So you can't bring the past into today. I wish I could. Not everybody, man. But some people wanted to cry. Some people, BC, please stop being a hater. Please don't talk bad about Brie Bella. I talk real. Just because somebody just returned doesn't mean I'm going to give them a raving review. Doesn't mean I'm not going to speak the truth. You spent all this time creating Birdie B and Bella Radici Winery and doing a book or some shit and doing Total Divas filming and Total Bellas filming. You wanted to be a rock star outside of WWE and you finally come back and we're supposed to throw you a parade no matter what you do. No, you came back after being superstars, after playing divas on the outside of WWE. You came back and you sucked. I'm gonna say in my review, you sucked. And if Bella Army doesn't like it, join the club of tears, because I got the tear buckets all set to go. And these are your fucking tears. And I filtered it in HD. That's your tears, Bella Army. Tears. Yeah, there's much more where that came from, so join the fucking club. No, I will not stop telling the fucking truth when people suck. My favorite is Sasha Banks, and when she botches that fucking suicide dive, it is the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen, and I speak about it. You damn well better bet that somebody who's been off for years, having babies or a baby, creating businesses, and then one day they're like, hey, let's make some more side money going back to WWE. No, lives are at stake. I don't want to hear about ring rust. When you're that fucking bad. That wasn't a ring rust suicide dive. That was a don't ever fucking do that again suicide dive. So why do we start off with Brie Bella, right? Well, because she is one of the only superstars on the roster of WWE as a whole that is doing both brands. That's why I bring up Brie. First of all, for all the Brie and Nikki fans that want me to relax a little bit on them. They've been off for years. Let's go easy on them when they go up and blow the place up in a stink fest. I'm supposed to go easy on my review. No way. No mulligans when you're inside of the ring on national TV. Ain't gonna happen. So Brie Bella is also on SmackDown opening the show. So she was the opening match on Raw, and she opened SmackDown. How fucking nutty is that? Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan, middle of the ring, talking about how they want Miz and Maurice out in the ring right now. And Miz and Maurice cut a promo from earlier in the day inside the arena when nobody was in the arena. They tried to make it like Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan weren't even in the arena because nobody was in the arena. It was an empty arena, and Miz and Maurice are in the middle of it, calling out Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. So obviously they weren't going to show up. So Renee Young has to tell Brie and Daniel Bryan that Miz and Maurice have already left the building. So here comes Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega. And now this is going to set up another Andrade Cien Almas versus Daniel Bryan match. Now, I liked their first one. I just said it was too short and they didn't go full throttle. There's a lot more to be desired from these two in the ring together. But we got it again last night, 2 weeks in a row. Same thing I'm going to be critiquing on this, though. Not enough time between these two, and they have a lot more to offer. But it was a good match for the time that they did have. The end of this match just had Daniel Bryan pinning Andrade Cien Almas, running knee to the side of the face, side of the head. Andrade Cien Almas is down on the mat. Now listen, Daniel Bryan, you guys know, for me, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, two of the best wrestlers in this world. No doubt. So Daniel Bryan beating anybody, I'm cool with. I don't care who it is. But why would you book Andrade Cien Almas in that way, man? Why even put him in there with Daniel Bryan? There's nobody else you could have fit this agenda with to try to make Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella look badass. It had to be Andrade Cien Almas to take a flat on his back 1, 2, 3. This guy is losing every other week, it seems. And that's a shame because he is a bright talent in that company. One of the best stars that they have. And Almas looks like a bum almost every week. And that wasn't even the end of it. Almas was going to end the show and look even more weak, if you can imagine that. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But after this match, Brie Bella attacked Zelina Vega, and Brie Bella was trying to make up for that huge botch on Monday by going the opposite of a botch and going extra stiff. Brie Bella took her knee and put it right into the mug of Zelina Vega. You guys have to see a slow motion version of this. Zelina Vega's nose just shoots back. Her whole head just fucking rocks back. Brie Bella planted that knee. If there was any lack of confidence on Monday, it was there on Tuesday. That was good to see. Perhaps a bit too stiff, but fuck it. I'd rather that than what I saw on Monday. So just like I was critical of Brie Bella on Monday, guys, in opening this video, I am going to applaud her for kicking ass last night. Brie Bella did great last night. That knee was where it needed to be. Again, maybe a centimeter, maybe loosen up a little bit on that knee, but she fucking came full throttle. Confidence. Believe. Bella Eve in yourself. Brie, we know you're better than that. You still should not be doing suicide dives, but you're better than that. That was great. So Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan standing tall, but what does that do for Almas and Vega? They look like absolute fucking clowns. But we were not done. The main event of SmackDown, and this, how do I set this up? How can I even, during the night, backstage, R-Truth kept calling Maurice Carmella. So, you have R-Truth looking for Carmella, but thinking it's Maurice. He finally finds Carmella, and then he tells Carmella that Maurice was talking shit about her. Some crazy shit. So R-Truth somehow finagles his way into the main event with The Miz. Because The Miz ended up coming back to SmackDown after eating dinner at some fancy Italian restaurant with Maurice. And after Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan got done with their opening segment, they actually went to this Italian restaurant. But Miz and Maurice had already left back to the arena. I hope you guys are keeping up. So by this point, Paige makes a match between Miz and R-Truth for the main event. So that's your main event, Miz and R-Truth. It's a decent main event, I guess. I mean, I like the Miz, and you guys know R-Truth can go in that ring. It was cool to see R-Truth in the main event. It really was. And the guy's got so much fucking talent. But at the end of this match, you had Daniel Bryan's music hit. So evidently, they also have returned from the restaurant, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella. This causes a distraction, and R-Truth gets the pinfall on The Miz, 1, 2, 3. So not only is R-Truth in the main event, he beats The Miz. I thought that was awesome. The Miz doesn't lose anything there, and it really bumps up the stock of R-Truth. And it looks like they're going to continue something with Carmella and R-Truth as a team. Because in the Mixed Match Challenge, they're actually a team, so why wouldn't they keep them together on SmackDown? It makes sense storyline-wise, but what does that do for Carmella? Does that mean she is now a face? Because that would only leave Becky Lynch as a true face on SmackDown because the Iconics aren't getting any response from the crowd. Becky Lynch is getting more cheers than anything. Carmella was the only real thing you had as a heel. R-Truth isn't going to get booed if he teams up with Carmella. So I don't know. That's a side note. But The Miz gets beat from the distraction from Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella at the end of SmackDown. And Daniel Bryan gets into the ring and gets himself some after the match. So R-Truth rolls out, and now it's Daniel Bryan punching The Miz in the face. Brie Bella jumps onto Maurice. Brie Bella chases Maurice, finally catches her, jumps her. And this brings in Zelina Vega and Almas. Now I'm thinking, okay, they're going to save face a little. They look like absolute clowns at the beginning of SmackDown, but now they're going to give Almas and Vega something really cool. They're going to make them look dominant. But no, this was just to cause a distraction for Miz and Maurice to exit the ring, run up the rampway, basically run away. And once they did that, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella got the upper hand on Almas and Vega, and they were both in yes locks. SmackDown went off the air with Andrade Cien Almas tapping out and Zelina Vega tapping out. Fade to black, off the air. In one night, in a 2-hour program, Andrade Cien Almas was pinned flat on his back and tapping out. All in one night. Again, if this wasn't Daniel Bryan, I'd be going absolutely ballistic. But it's Daniel fucking Bryan, one of the best wrestlers in the world. So I won't go ballistic. But I am absolutely, extremely befuddled by how you could book Almas in that light. He's the victim of just having the female with him. because they really wanted to make it look like Daniel Bryan and Brie are a dominant mixed tag faction, right? They're a dominant mixed tag team. Brie and Daniel can beat any mixed tag team. They're coming for Miz and Maurice. And to show you that, they're going to beat another mixed component. They're really not teams, but it's a component of some sort, right? The business manager, Zelina Vega, and the superstar, Andrade Cien Almas. That woman-man combo. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella are going to make them look super weak so that it can show the world what they're going to do at Hell in a Cell to Miz and Maurice. And I think that is bullshit. That is the best you got for Andrade Cien Almas. Flat on his back getting pinned, and then an hour later, tapping the fuck out. And that was the last visual we had on SmackDown, is just Andrade tapping out. I think that is absolute fucking bullshit. Really? Just like the thumbnail of this video. Really? Why? Why would you do that to Almas? I'm down with the Daniel Bryan continuing feud with The Miz and the whole mixed match of it with the wives. But at the expense of Andrade Cien Almas? Why? The guy's too talented, and he's at the beginning of his main roster career. He needs to be being built up, not torn down any more than you already have. But I will agree, let's all play a game. Can we all play a game real quick? Let's play a game. It's called, Please, Nobody Ever Again Give a Microphone to Andrade. That's the game I want to play. Never again should Andrade have a microphone. You can't understand him. At all. I mean, seriously, man. The what chance? What? Vince wants him to go to waste so bad? Then why would you give the microphone to Andrade Cien Almas knowing that nobody can understand it? Shinsuke Nakamura isn't even that bad. That's why you have Zelina as his mouthpiece. Why the fuck would you sabotage him even more? We heard him last week, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, maybe it was last week. We heard him and we realized, wow, he really is not good on the mic. You really can't understand him. So hide the weaknesses and let's play to the strengths. Instead, Vince heard him last week and goes, let's fuck with him some more. Let's give him some mic time. It's funny. Maybe Vince was having a laugh in the back. Everything about how they booked Andrade last night was fucking horrible. It's the whole reason you have Zelina Vega as the mouthpiece. And then he takes the mic, he says 5 sentences that nobody understood. And then you wonder why they, what? Absolute bullshit, guys. So that's the whole, I mean, the biggest storyline last night on SmackDown was Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan versus Miz and Maurice at Hell in a Cell. That's what they were really trying to push as the initiative. I liked it. I just wish it wasn't at Andrade Cien Almas' expense. Bottom line. As far as the rest of the show, guys, I'll start with my gal Naomi. She was out there taking on Peyton Royce again. This time, Naomi got the victory. Finally, rearview mirror. And gets the victory. This should have happened weeks ago. But Peyton Royce got the victory because of Dave fucking Meltzer. Go figure. So Naomi beats Peyton Royce. This brings in Billie Kay. There's another beatdown between the Iconics over Naomi. But this time, she's got backup. Asuka finally returns. And we say returns loosely because Asuka and Naomi have been wrestling every single Tuesday on SmackDown, but in dark matches. So they haven't actually been on the show. But Asuka didn't go anywhere. She's been wrestling. Asuka comes back finally on TV. She helps out Naomi. It looks like it's going to be Asuka and Naomi taking on Peyton Royce and Billie Kay at some point. I don't know if they're going to wait till Evolution or maybe they make that for Hell in a Cell. It would be a kickoff show, I would think. So you may have to make that for Evolution. We'll see. But it was good to see Naomi and Asuka. Asuka's looking fucking great. She's a beautiful woman, obviously, and she's got mad skills. That's what I mean about confidence. You watch Asuka hit the ring last night and beat up the Iconics. It was just fucking confidence. She didn't question anything she did, and everything was done with full throttle force and action. That's what I love. Confidence. The first rule in wrestling, if you ever want to be a good wrestler, you first have to have confidence. Even if you don't have the it factor, You can at least train. I mean, we've seen a lot of wrestlers that just didn't have the it factor, but they made it to WWE. First, you just have to have confidence. If you don't have that, your suckage is going to be seen from a mile away. I promise you. Confidence. Now, if you don't have the it factor after a while, not even confidence can probably save you, but I don't know what to tell you then. But confidence, man, it's the number one key to success. Basically in anything we do in life, especially pro wrestling. Charlotte and Becky Lynch, man, I love this. This was just a backstage, side-by-side, like, you know, they're divided in separate rooms. Paige ordered that she didn't want this to be done in the same room. So you had the divider on the screen, but it was just a backstage promo. Charlotte and Becky Lynch going at each other, man, and it was just awesome. It was a great promo. You hung on every word they were saying because you believed it. And they were bringing in how they were best friends, and Charlotte was talking about how you ruined that after 5 years just for the championship. And Becky was like, oh, please, screw you, she says. Becky Lynch is like, whatever. Becky Lynch is just the ultimate badass heel if the fans let her be. She's still getting cheered so much that I fear that Vince is going to see this as just a best friend feud. And when it's over, Becky is going to be booked 50-50, like half good, half bad. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that, man. Becky Lynch can be such a good heel. I hope the fans stop cheering her so vigorously. Let her be a heel. Let her be her best heel. If we just cheer her, she's just going to be booked as a face. But Becky Lynch went at Charlotte last night, and her mannerisms, her expressions, the way she worded everything, just screams, I want to be a heel. Let me be a heel, people. She was awesome. Charlotte was good too, man. Like it was just a great back end. I can't praise this enough. A great side-by-side promo by Becky Lynch and Charlotte last night. If you didn't see it, guys, I urge you to go and check it out. Another good thing last night, man, was Samoa Joe. He comes out. He thought AJ Styles was at home, attending to his wife, Wendy. And, you know, he was just so distraught he went home. But no, AJ Styles was in the arena. Samoa Joe thought he was away. So AJ Styles' music hits during Samoa Joe's promo, that little fucking promo that he was cutting in the middle of the ring. AJ Styles' music hits. Samoa Joe's like, no way. Nobody's coming out through the curtain for a minute. But then here's AJ Styles. He gets a good pop at the beginning, but he just stays up at the rampway. And he's just eyeing Samoa Joe until he finally takes off his vest and he fucking sprints down to the ring. And Samoa Joe's like, I'm not running anywhere, bitch. And AJ and Samoa Joe just start throwing bows at each other. At this point, it's a melee. You got referees coming down to try to break it up. At one point, AJ Styles actually did was it a phenomenal forearm? I think so. He gets in the ring and he just does a phenomenal forearm, I believe it was, onto Samoa Joe and two officials. Inside of the ring, flies onto the outside. Two officials go flying. I believe they were WWE independent wrestlers. I don't think those were actual officials. I do have to go back and take a look, but I think those were independent wrestlers. Usually Vince does not let his referees take flying bows like that. Any flying aerial assault moves. Vince doesn't usually like to use real officials. I could be wrong. I'll go back and double check. Either way, AJ Styles took out two officials and Samoa Joe. Paige finally came down with more officials. They finally got AJ Styles to go to the back. This furthers this big AJ Styles Samoa Joe rematch at Hell in a Cell. I love it. Let them beat the shit out of each other. These are two superstars where you don't need to keep them apart until the pay-per-view. Let them fuck each other up. It's Joe and it's Styles. It speaks for itself. What else? What else do you want to talk about? I'm gonna end it there, guys. I'll talk about it for like a minute. Triple threat tag team match. Aiden English and Rusev defeat, I think it was Eric Young from Sanity. It was a triple threat tag team match with the Usos, who were also in the match. Decent match, I guess. I hate schmaz matches. But what befuddles me is that Sanity, just like Almas and just like Asuka over on SmackDown, they're all being used. Iconics as well, but the Iconics are still green in my opinion. But Asuka, Sanity, Andrade Almas, these are all NXT talents that could have and should have been something on the main roster right from their debut. And they're all being treated and booked as absolute jokes. It's a shame. It is a crime how Sanity has been booked because they haven't even been given a chance. Not even a chance! Eric Young and Sanity pinned flat on their backs to Rusev and Aiden English last night. Sanity drops another one. Every week, Sanity is just laughingstocks, jokes, and on a losing streak at this point. It's fucking horrendous. Good for Aiden English and Rusev, though. Now they go on to take on, I believe it was The Bar, right? And the winner of that goes on to take on the New Day at Hell in a Cell. If you can keep up with this schmaz tournament. So that was SmackDown for September 4th, 2018. It had a lot of good. It had some mind-boggling, dumbfounding moments as well. Like how they're booking the NXT talents. It shows you how Vince and WWE looks at a lot of these NXT talents. Goes back to what I said, doesn't it? They're down there for so long developing, right? That's what NXT is, developmental territory. They're developing these superstar characters that are so big in NXT, but what's it all for? When they go to WWE, they're nothing but jokes. NXT is a joke if you're going to call it developmental. It's a third brand. Call it that. It's not developmental because you ain't developed. I can fucking speak. That's when you know we got to end this. It's not developing anything. At all. The only thing it's developing is losers. And these superstars are not losers. Asuka, Eric Young, Andrade Almas, the fuck out of here. These are legit superstars. Treat them as such. Other than that, I enjoyed SmackDown. Amplified man, amplified size coffees and ass whoopings. You know the drill. Let's kick Wednesday's ass. Tomorrow, my favorite video of the week. Amplified Q&A. I answer your guys' questions, so make them good, put them down below. Much love and respect to all my amplified unit. Till tomorrow, check you later. You can look, but please don't fly.